starting by saying the average digital platform hits 15 times revenue on IPO. So
Uh,
that is kind of the norm.
there we go.
Okay,
Okay,
over to you, Rich, and you can maybe talk about the numbers.
absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. So here we go. These, of course, are all expressed in USD. And let's start with the current year, 2024. We estimate by the end of the year, we'll have installed somewhere between 14 and 15 or 16,000 roughly tablets. We'll have about 19,000 in inventory, and we are, rolling them out as fast as we possibly can. Um, the breakdown of revenue, if you look just below the rooms installed, you'll see rapid deployment revenue and premium hotel revenue. Rapid deployment revenue is the free to hotel model. So we expect by the end of this year, hopefully 1.2 million. It could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more. I mean, this is a forecast for the end of the year. Premium hotels are something we are still doing. There's a category of hotels out there, 5-star hotels that don't want advertising, but they see the value of the tablet in the room. As a matter of fact, they do a lot of their own property marketing right there on the tablet. So there is actually an income in addition to the free to hotel. These hotels in the premium category are paying us $12 per room per month. And they see a lot of value. It's a great ROI for them. So we continue to do, sales in that venue. So together in 2024, by the end of the year, we should be close to a million, 1.3 million in revenue. Now, what's interesting is if you look at the annual say rate of revenue, in other words, take the month of December, we'll have a run rate of about $5 million, and that, of course, that will translate into 2025. So, because again, we've just begun the program in this quarter. So you
Sorry,
look
when you say you have runway of 5 million, is that cash in the can?
No, run rate.
That's,
Oh,
that's
run
a
rate.
run rate. That's
Yeah.
the run rate in the month of December. You take a look at the revenue for the month of December multiplied by 12, you get a run rate of approximately 5 million.
Right.
Okay. So if we look then at the 2025 numbers, we are confident that we can roll out more than 100,000, about 10,000 tablets a month is the current plan. And the majority of that's going to be in the rapid deployment because, of course, free is a lot easier to sell than $12 per room per month for a hotel. So we expect to have revenues of 31 million in that category in 2025. And the premium hotels, you'll see about 1.1 million. And the premium hotels that's the slow growth strategy that our competitors had. We recognize there's still, a need for that with the, for the premium hotels. So, that will still be producing by 2028, we believe, 5 million or more of revenue for hotels that simply don't want advertising. Some of the very high-end, high-profile hotels. Now, if you look at the go straight down to EBITDA, for example, you can see that in 2024, we're still burning cash, but coming into 2025, we expect to break even probably around the middle of the year, and we'll be in great shape for possible IPO or acquisition sometime either late 25 or in 26, if you take a look at the numbers.
You guys gonna be broke even next year. That's
Pardon me?
good. if that happens, right? And yeah.
Oh, there's no reason to think it won't happen. I mean, you've heard the story, free. It's hard to say no.
But how can you? I see the cost of like I see the expense was just a very small portion, like the growth rate of
Yeah, it's,
expense, not
it's like $5. It's five, you know, the tablet costs us about $5. The overhead, you know, the development and overhead is quickly absorbed in volume. If you take a look at the volume increases, so yeah, the profit margin is quite significant. And we've got a hardware partner. We didn't talk about our hardware partner that much, but we have a hardware partner in France, a company named Arcos. And they have a tremendous amount of experience in the, say, consumer tablet industry. And we're very successful in Europe. You didn't see them so much in North America, but very, very successful in Europe. And what's great about these guys is they are dedicated to the to the business to business B2B industry, and they're a strong partner. They will customize a tablet and a tablet base at our request to meet the needs of the hospitality industry. And in terms of volume, for them to produce 10,000 a month is 10,000, say, tablets and with their base a month is a no-brainer. It's you know they were doing millions of tablets annually in the consumer side.
okay. And then how are you gonna, if you're rolling on a scale like with these numbers, how are you gonna, like, how many people are gonna hire more to install these? Like you need to have a labor-intensive team, right?
The install, we calculated the cost of an install. It's about $5 per room, and not recurring. That's a one-time cost. Because most of the like tablets are already preloaded before they go to the hotel. They arrive at the hotel, and literally you walk into a room, you type in the room number, you're installed. That's
The
it.
hotels can install them themselves, Cindy.
What? Like, so you don't have to have continuously grow your overhead and labor to do the scale.
No,
Oh,
no.
wow.
The hotel can hire a local. If they don't want to do it themselves, they can hire a local little company to do it for no money. It's 5 minutes a room to just drop them in the room, or they can just use their own staff. It's all pre-configured before it ever leaves the manufacturer.
Oh, okay, that sounds too good. That's
Well,
like to roll out.
this isn't instant. We've been at this for many years, remember? So this is the fruit of many, many, many iterations and development to simplify this process.
Okay, okay. Um, Actually, that's a good segue. If we don't, if the numbers are clear, this is a good segue. I always do a section with the risks.
Could I,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before you do, sorry, there's one thing to point out here, and that is why this could easily be a billion-dollar exit, easily, and at our IPO point. And the reason for that is this. If we can hit the revenue markers here of 100 million a year, which is way into the IPO territory to do a NASDAQ,
Yeah.
just look up just a few more columns to the rooms installed and realize we only have 400,000 out of 17 million rooms installed to hit this number. We've locked up every major account. We are the city solution with no competitors in sight and huge barriers to entry. What is this company worth 3 years down the line? That's what will captivate. And it's also square in the middle of the general public, which as for an IPO is a perfect offering because everybody travels. Everybody will love this as an IPO
Yeah.
target, as a stock to buy because it's something that everybody will immediately understand. And so here we have a really great scenario for a high multiple exit, and as an investor, you're able to invest at a really reasonable entry point.
What you mean is that once the IPO, if it gets to IPO, don't sell it. Hold for you to,
Buy,
yeah.
buy and don't sell but the nice thing is as an investor, if you're investing now at 60 million valuation and we hit a billion, which I think we could easily double or triple, but let's just say we hit that point, you're at 15x. Sell off your 1x, get your money back and leave your 14 in to ride, play with the house's money, and then let the rest of it accumulate vast wealth while you get your original bankroll out.
Right. So what was the number you said again? Like when just a few minutes ago you said once you said you only need how many hundreds of rooms out of how many hundred rooms to hit the 100 million?
Well, if you look on the, I don't think my pencil's working, but let's just say the laser pointer will. If you look here, we're at 365,000 rooms
Right.
to hit $100 million revenue point, which is
Right.
that IPO springboard point.
Right.
So we're only at a tiny fraction of the industry. And we've locked up all the major accounts, which are hideously hard to get into. We've locked down all the biggest cities. We're rolling, no competitor in sight as the global juggernaut a couple of years from now.
No competitor inside. That's something. Now,
High barriers to entry.
how okay, so 365,000 rooms. So what's the rough number of rooms in the industry? I want to know
17 million.
17 million. So what's the market share of that 365?
Well, that's 2.5% of the industry.
So you can actually be the biggest guy only, and you only need to capture 2.5%.
Well, and it just shows you once we're at 10% of the industry, 1.7 million rooms, you know, we're up to $500 million in revenue. What's the company worth? I mean, it becomes enormously valuable.
Right. This the logic to me is very clear. If you can execute on these, then yeah.
Which is a far cry from the beginning of the conversation, where we had a lot to prove.
Yes. That's always how I start. Remember how the first round I
like it.
A little bit, right?
If we reach the end and we've satisfied your rigorous, examination, then we have succeeded.